Hey, what's up guys? I hope you're all having a great day, and in today's video we are going to be replacing the front struts on the 09 to 11 Honda CRV. As you can see with this one, it's completely blown out, and we picked some up from the local parts store and we're going to be replacing them today. So the first thing you need to do is to jack up your car or jack up the CRV and remove the wheel. Then you can access all these things. First thing we need to do is remove the tie rod bolt from the mount. For that you need a 6mm Allen and a 17mm wrench. So first thing we do is remove that. Afterwards we get through all the other wires and all the other stuff, and we'll get to that afterwards. One thing you most likely will have to do once you get it till the end, it might be too difficult to come out with this 6mm the Allen in there. So you take a vice grip, clamp it at the back, and then just start removing this with the wrench. If not, I've been using like an impact, and bit by bit getting it out. So it's almost out. After that we're going to be moving this cable out of the way, move the tie rod out of the way, then remove this bolt holding on the brake line and move that out of the way. So I'm going to do all this first, then we'll get to the main actual hub piece of this so we can remove out the actual strut. Alright, so now once you have all that complete, now we're on to the main hub. Focus on that. So on this side of the bolt you need a 19mm. On the other side, on the nut, you need a 22mm. Now most people suggest having a 22mm socket and a 19mm wrench, but I have the opposite. I don't have a 22mm socket, so I'm going to do it the opposite way. I'm going to add on like an impact on here, or if not, use the breaker bar and use that to remove this one and the one right below it, right down there. Alright, here's another quick tip. When you're removing these, when you remove one it should be fine, but then all the weight goes onto the second bolt. A good thing to do is to have your jack it up right underneath the hub and just have like a little bit of pressure there so it doesn't fall out completely, so all the weight doesn't fall down. So then you can remove the bolts. And then slowly lower down the jack, and the hub assembly should fall right out. Alright guys, so now I skipped this part, but once you have those two bolts for the hub removed, all you have to do is remove a cap from right up here. Take that off, and there's the 5 bolts on the top that are holding the strut in place. Those I believe were a 14mm. So once you remove those 5, make sure you have something to hold on to down there. If not, once those are removed, the whole thing's going to drop like it did for me. Yeah, now that we have that off, this is the old one. It was completely blown. Now the fun part is we got the compressor tool for the springs, because we're going to be using all the old parts off of this one except for the boot. I might keep the boot, might not. Move all that stuff onto the new one and then put it back in. Alright, we got the new strut with the old springs. Here's the old one. I'm reusing the boot. I forgot to pick one up, so we're gonna put that back on, and everything's in reverse from what it was before. One key thing to note: make sure that the top mount is aligned properly with how the other one was before. I don't honestly remember, I just think it's that way from what I can tell. So just make sure that's on right. Now, well, I'll get you guys when I bolt everything back together. Alright guys, so it's been a couple hours since the last clip. I did the other side and I got to do this side, and we pretty much got it done. We have the new one in. Everything is torqued down. They do have the torque specs for the tie rod and the top bolts, but I just did them hand tight because I don't have a small torque wrench for those. But the torque specs for the knuckle assembly is 116 foot-pounds each, so I made sure to do those. And all the stuff now is to put on the wheel and take it out for a spin and make sure that there's no noises. Take it out for a test drive, make sure there's no noises. Once you do these, most likely you will need to do an alignment afterwards, so make sure to do that as well. And with that, guys, that concludes this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys found it helpful, and if you guys did, please do consider hitting the subscribe button down below, and stay tuned for the next video tomorrow for Vlogmas. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.